hunter.
And I'm the baker.
We're the Woodwards!
Come along with us as we teach you some tips and tricks about baking, hunting, and everything in between. Join us on this adventure on The Hunter and the Baker. Hi guys, welcome to A Hunter and a Baker. Today I am going to teach you how to make tortillas. Now these are flour tortillas, and growing up in a Mexican family, these really were a staple of my childhood. We had them practically every day. I didn't realize until now how spoiled I was that my mom made us fresh tortillas every day. So today I am going to show you this simple but beautiful and delicious recipe for flour tortillas. Okay, so for our flour tortillas today, we are going to use 2 cups of all-purpose flour. We have 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. We have 1.5 tablespoons of lard and a teaspoon of salt. We have some warm water. It's usually about 1.5 cups. Okay, so like most baking recipes, the first thing we are going to do is mix all of the dry ingredients. So we've got our flour here, baking powder, salt. Now, I use my hands because I think they are the best tools to use for tortillas. So we'll just mix that a little bit, make sure everything is blended in. Now, lard, 1.5 tablespoons. Now this is when you really get your hands dirty. It's okay if you spill over, that's part of baking. Work it in, you want to work the lard in until it's little bits, until you really can't even feel it anymore. Alrighty, I believe that is good. Let's get this out of the way. Now we are going to add about 1.5 cups of warm water. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less, we just gotta see. My grandma always says to make sure that the dough is a rather stiff dough. Here we go. Oh, a little bit more. Alrighty, that's starting to feel good. Alright, now you're going to dump it out on the bench. And now we need, it's a little sticky at first, you just got to work the dough until it all starts to come together. You can add a little bit more flour if it's too sticky, which I think I need right now. Alright, so we have been kneading this tortilla dough for roughly 4 to 5 minutes. You just want it to be a little elastic, a little bit more smooth. Now, what we are going to next is we are going to let the dough rest. You've got to give it time for the gluten in the flour to just stop being so bunched up, to relax a little bit, and we do that by just placing a towel over it and letting it rest for, I would say, 10 minutes. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is turn on the stove. We are going to warm up our comal, or a cast iron skillet. I would say about a medium low. Since it's cast iron, we want to get it warming up. And now we have our beautiful dough here. And we are going to pinch off about golf ball sizes of dough here, just like that. And kind of work it, tuck it under, make it into just a little dough patty like that. You can put it on your towel that you were covering it up with. Do it again. Now this is when you can really decide what size of tortillas you want. When I was a little kid, we loved having little mini ones that my grandma would make us. She'd even let us roll out our own. Usually though, they would come out looking like the shape of, I don't know, Arkansas or some crazy shape. She is an expert at getting them perfectly round though. All right, so we have about 8 tortillas here that after I shaped into a little patty, I covered them with a towel to let them rest while I get out my trusty bolillo. This is my grandma's. It's probably really old, but she's 101 years old, so here we go. All right, we are going to take one of these. Now, I don't know if I have figured out the best way to roll it perfectly round. I just, figure it out as we go along. All right, here we go. My grandma and my mom and all of my aunts, they can roll these out in no time. Like it's no problem. I'm still a little behind on them. They've had years of tortilla making experience. See, it's a little not totally perfect, but that's okay because you know what? They still taste really, really good. All right. That looks good. Alrighty, now we are going to take it to our comal and grill it. You want to slap it down on the side that was on the counter previously. You want to just let it blister really quickly and then flip it over. Now I've been making tortillas for a long time, so I just use my fingers, but if you need to, you can grab a spatula to flip it. Now you're going to griddle it for about 2.5 minutes each side. What you're looking for is a nice golden brown. You'll see here how it's starting to puff up, little bubbles. That's where the little blisters will probably pop up. We can test it. Whoop, look at that, beautiful. We'll flip it, maybe another minute. Ooh, and it looks good. All right, and there we have it, homemade flour tortillas, fresh off of the comal. Mom, how do you think I did?
Oh, they look good. They're beautiful.
Oh, okay. So
I gotta have a taste.
one of my favorite memories as a child was when they would come straight off of the griddle and they would be piping hot and we would smear some room temp soft butter. All right. Are you ready for the taste test?
Yes.
Okay, here.
Ready.
Cheers.
Cheers. Perfect. You did great.
Perfect. My mom
They're
said
wonderful.
perfect.
They're nice and soft. Perfect.
Alrighty, well thanks for tuning in to The Hunter and the Baker. Thanks to special guest, my mom. And we will see you on the next episode where maybe the hunter will teach